James would love my pups. Q&A session. Tammy's going to a store, so he just got me on this one. All right, so let's have a look here. Blah, 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 blah. Adrian Espino says, hey James, Tammy, I have a quad blue and tan that carries cocoa and cream, and thinking about breeding to a female that is chocolate tri that carries blue, tan, and possibly cream. What possible offspring could they produce? Okay, so since you've got a blue dog that carries cocoa and then a cocoa dog that carries blue, then you'd expect to get blues that carry cocoa and cocos that carry blue, and lilacs. How much of the time would you get lilacs? The answer to that is half is 1 1/4 liter would be lilacs. 3/8 of the liter would be blues that carry cocoa, and 3/8 would be chocolates that carry cocos that carry blue. Let's see here. Since she carries tan points, half the litter overall will have tan points and half of them will be AYAT. And since both the dogs maybe carry cream, then you've got a 1 1/4 chance of dogs being creams. So you'll get blues covered in cream, chocolates covered in cream, and lilacs covered in cream or platinums. So pretty good smorgasbord of colours there. Okay, let's have a look, see if we can read this one here. This is Melissa Keating. Thanks for all your help. I have 2-week-old Aussie Bulldogs. Sire is ATAT. It actually is a lilac and tan. And the mum is a Tweed Merle. That's a little b. Okay. None have brindle or pied. Okay. I ended up with 5 Merles and 2 solids. Okay, well that's fine. You expect to get 50-50, so you're close to that. She says she ended up with C6, blah, blah, blah. Thanks to your channel, I got it right. Well, good deal. I have 2 shades of chocolate, one being very dark with no tan points, and the other one with lighter chocolate and has tan points. Why is this? And what is called seal color? Could they have that? I'm not sure what seal is. This may be relevant to Aussies, so the seal I don't know about, so I'm not going to be any help on that. But the answer on the chocolate is that you'd expect all of these dogs to be chocolate because both parents have a copy of chocolate. You'd expect all these dogs to be tan points because both the dogs are ATAT. Exactly why you're not seeing the tan points in all of them, I don't know. It may take a little bit of time to develop sometimes, but certainly by the time they are, how old are they now? 2 weeks old. Yeah, maybe they'll show up. Sometimes I've seen dogs where the tan points don't show up till a little bit later on. They should have tan points because it's ATAT on both sides. If that's true, they're all ATAT. If they don't carry brindle, the tan points should show. So why it's actually not showing, I don't know. It may be an Aussie thing. Certainly it's harder to see this on a Merle dog, the tan points, than it is a non-Merle. Sheila Wolf says some nice things. Oh my God, game changer. I'm raising my first litter using My Breeder Supplies whelping system. 7 beautiful babies out of a son of Sterling. Great. I've never had more quiet, contented litter within hours of birth. They're all lined up alongside the outside edge of the kennel. This is under the pig rail. These pups are gaining weight faster than their previous litters, possibly because they sleep so soundly. They are moving around looking for the heated pad. Way to go, James and Tammy. Well, thanks very much. It really does work very well. So this is something that we've patented some time ago, invented this about 6-7 years ago. We've probably, I don't know, probably got 4,000 people now who are using this system. It really does work. You know how you buy things and they're never quite as they're advertised, you know, best thing ever, you know, this really is the best thing ever. I mean, if you're gonna whelp puppies, I wouldn't do it any other way. It is so much easier on you, on the babies, and on mum. And the reason for this is there's no extra heat for mum to get cooked. There are no heat lamps to cook mum. The babies find the heat that is underneath the pig rail, and they spend 95% of the time under the pig rail sleeping. They couldn't be in a safer place. and mum is right there by her babies, so she's not having an anxiety attack. And you basically put mums and babies together from the moment you come home from C-section or when the birth, or when you've whelped puppies, and mum just gets on with it. And the only thing you ever have to do is the first few hours is to get mum acclimated with her babies if she's a new mum, to make sure that she knows what's going on, especially if she's had a C-section anesthesia. But once you get past that point, at that point onwards, you're really out of the game. Mum gets on with it. She doesn't need your help, other than to go take her outside to go pee and poop, and she'll come running right back in, right back with the babies. All you got to do is put fresh water and food in there and just monitor things. I'm not saying that you should go leave the dogs in there for 3 weeks and do nothing else, but it really is the right way to do this. So, do you have any puppies available? The answer is yes. There's a phone number on the leader to this thing, on the logo. Call that number up. That's Cody. He does have some puppies. Keith Martin. I have a 14-month-old female on her first heat. She was 5.22. The next day she was a 3.98. I'm using the fine care machine. Have you ever heard of progesterone going back down? So let's see what the replies are, see if people disagree with me. If they say, yes, it's fairly common, especially in young dogs. Sheila Wolf said that, and Sheila, you are exactly right. That is exactly the situation. So I see this more often than not. I see this in dogs on their first or second heat, dogs that are a year and a half old, where their cycle is doing this kind of thing here, and you've got a number and you think you're going somewhere, and then the next one's lower. Quite common. So just keep on testing, and you'll get to the right place. So the hardest dogs to breed, dogs in their first cycle, and old dogs who are like 5-6 years old. The ones in the middle are easy to breed. So you just got to keep on with the numbers, get the numbers where they need to be. With the fine care machine, start breeding on about a 17, breed every other day until you get to a level above 22. And if you do that, you typically end up right. Trent M says, question, the pig rail that you guys have for these crates, are they able to shorten smaller due to an extremely small female? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me here, but the answer is that we supply you with just the what we call corner adapters. It's basically a 1.5-inch PVC elbow with a threaded rod in it that can hold up that elbow above the corner of your crate, and then you then go get a 10-foot stick, about $5 worth of 1.5-inch PVC pipe, and you cut it up to the appropriate length to make it fit. So it's under your control to make the thing shorter so it'll fit properly. So the answer to that is, I think, yes. Trent asked another question here. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean a copy of cream, I meant... okay. I didn't mean a copy of cream, I meant being cream. With a single copy of pied show up as pristine white diamond on the back and flames going up the nostrils with pristine white. The pup is ATAY. I think I'll just answer that directly, because I don't think I'm going to take too much time to read it. TC4 Banger says, learned all my DNA stuff from your videos, the almighty James. Ha ha, have a good one. Well, thanks very much. Yeah, we don't get it all right all the time. We try to, you know, sometimes we have to kind of change things because we've found out that we've been giving bad information, but for the most part, hopefully we've got it down right for you. Well, DC4 says something else. It says, I've learned so much from you. Hopefully I can buy everything I need to start doing my own progesterone tests. You can. You're an inspiration and daily motivation to get better and better. I appreciate the content. I'm sure lots more people do too. Yeah, well, thanks very much. Yeah, well, I do get lots of... It's nice. I mean, I like it when people are, you know, getting useful information from us, because that's the whole point of this, right? Of course, we also like it when people buy products too, so let's not, you know, completely masquerade this and being, you know, completely, what's the right word for it? But I mean, you know, we do have a motivation here, but the motivation is number one, give you good answers. Number two, try to be as responsible as possible. People have problems, they need help, we're here to help you. And number three is we only sell products that we use on a day-to-day basis. They're either products that we've invented and we manufacture ourselves, or things like the progesterone machine that we've been using for quite some time very successfully, and we support those things directly. So for instance, you buy a progesterone machine from us, we are now, I think, the biggest authorized dealer of the Fine Care progesterone machine in the southern states. And that's great. But also, if you need help with it, we're just a phone call away, and we know this machine back to front. So it's not, you know how it is, you talk to, you bought something, you got a problem, you talk to the company, you can't get hold of any, they don't answer the phones, they don't respond to emails, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, blah. Then when you finally get to talk to somebody, you find out you know more about their product than they do. Not gonna find that here, I promise you. We know our products inside out. If you have an issue, we'll know what the next step is to get it resolved for you. Oh, this is the one. So DC4 Banger says this: you can have a pied cream dog if you have 2 copies of cream. Does not cover a pied. You'll have a pied dog with cream patches. Well, okay, DC4 Banger, I don't know about this. I mean, so that's the second person who said that, and I was under the impression that the cream dog would always be cream, because that's my experience with this. But somebody's saying other than that. So people chime in on this. I'd like to know who has got a cream dog, literally that is pied, that is not a solid color. Let me know. I'd like to know, because let's get to let's find out what's going on with this, because either it's something that most of the time it's solid, all the time it's solid, or only some of the time, and so we've got some contrary opinions here, and I don't know which one's right. Let's see how we're doing on time. I think so. Let me into the last one here. So Joseph Lavica says, hi, have you ever used, talking about Oracal. Oracal is a calcium supplement that you give a dog, and the reason you give it is you don't want your dog to get milk fever, eclampsia. Milk fever is caused when a dog has got to produce milk, it doesn't have enough calcium, and it starts to get calcium out of its bones. Not a good situation. So one of the ways that you do that is you supplement its diet with extra calcium. And so one of the ways of doing that is Oracal, and that's a good product. I would not start giving Oracal, or what we do is typically put a dollop of cottage cheese on their food, and they like it, and that can actually help, because dogs tend to lose their appetite for the first few days, right around birth. But we don't do that before the puppies are here, because we're not really producing milk yet. Typically milk production doesn't really get going until the day of or the day after puppies are being produced. And certainly if you gave a lot of cottage cheese to a dog before it started to produce milk, you might just give that dog diarrhea. So I would say I would start doing all the calcium supplements the day that puppies arrive. And there we go. Another 13 minutes of your time wasted. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. Watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.